Good morning, everybody. Today, I'd like to teach you about bilingual method. What do you mean by method? Method is nothing but how to teach. Method is nothing but how to teach. The methods of teaching a language differ according to the aims for which it is taught. So, it will differ. The methods of teaching a language will differ according to the aims for which it is taught. The methods of teaching a foreign language like English. So, English is considered as a foreign language. So, the methods of teaching a foreign language like English are determined by the aims of teaching the language. While formulating aims, it should also be considered which method will help to achieve a specific aim. So, it is also be considered which method, the grammar translation method or bilingual method or direct method, whatever may be, which method will help to achieve a specific aim. So, look here all of you. In case of this direct method does not allow the use of mother tongue. It is directly to that of the foreign language, that means English language. So, direct method does not allow the use of mother tongue. But it was felt that sometimes the use of mother tongue becomes necessary. Understand? Sometimes, in rare occasions, sometimes the use of mother tongue is necessary. Therefore, it was recommended that a modified method be used in which mother tongue may be used when necessary. This was bilingual method. Understand? So, bilingual method means a method in which two languages. Don't forget bilingual. The term bilingual means two. So, bilingual method means a method in which two languages, that is, language to be learned and the mother tongue are used. That is, the language to be learned and the mother tongue are used. A child learns the mother tongue or grasps the situation and learns the foreign language word simultaneously. So, in case of this bilingual method, it is easy for the child to learn the mother tongue. At the same time, it is easy for the child to learn the foreign language. Understand? In this method, mother tongue is used to learn the target language. So, keep it in your mind. Bilingual method is nothing but the two languages, that is the mother tongue and foreign language. The child can learn the mother tongue as well as the foreign language simultaneously. In case of the translation method, also two languages, that is the language to be learned and the mother tongue are used. In the translation method, that means grammar translation method, also two languages, the language to be learned and the mother tongue are used. So, some people say that bilingual method is the same as the translation method, because in the translation method also the same process is going. So, some people are saying that the bilingual method is as the same of grammar translation method, but it differs from the translation method in the following aspects. Some differ, but it differs from the translation method in the following aspects. I think, did you understand? So, keep it in your mind. What do you mean by bilingual? Bilingual means the two. Bilingual means two. Bilingual method means the method in which two languages, the language to be learned and the mother tongue to be taught. Understand? Then what are the aspects? The first one is the teacher does not use mother tongue continuously but uses it only for explaining the meaning of difficult words. So, in case of this that means in this bilingual method, the teacher does not use mother tongue continuously. In this process, the teacher does not use mother tongue continuously but uses it only for explaining the meaning of the hard words. Understand? Difficult words. Then, students are given a lot of practice in the drill of sentence pattern. So, lot of practices, exercises are given to the students. Understand? So, but it is easy for the students. So, such a pattern is not provided in the grammar translation method. Can you able to find out the difference? Can you able to find out the difference? In case of this bilingual method, lot of exercises are given to the students, but in case of this grammar translation method, it is not provided. The method was evolved by C.J. Dodson of Wales and it is of recent development. So, this method, that means the bilingual method, was evolved by C.J. Dodson of Wales and it is of recent development. In bilingual method, the use of mother tongue is restricted to clarify the meaning of English sentences and words. So, in bilingual method, the use of mother tongue is restricted to clarify the meaning of English sentences and words. In translation method, the mother tongue is used at the base. Can you able to find out the difference? In bilingual method, the use of mother tongue is restricted to clarify the meaning of English sentences and words. But in case of this grammar translation method, mother tongue is used at the base. In bilingual method, the mother tongue is used only when necessary. Bilingual method is an improvement over other methods also. Understand? In case of this bilingual method, it is used only when necessary. Bilingual method is an improvement over other methods. Bilingual methods of teaching English is an improvement upon grammar translation method and direct method. So, in case of this bilingual methods of teaching English is an improvement upon grammar translation method and direct method. The teacher saves the time as well as makes the teaching learning of English easier by using this mother tongue. Can you able to understand what are the aspects? So, the teacher saves time as well as makes the teaching learning of English easier by using the mother tongue. So, I think the class is so lively, isn't it? It is an interesting because in the same time the students are studying their mother tongue as well as the foreign language English. That is why it is given. The teacher can save time as well as makes the teaching learning of English easier by using this mother tongue. Now I like to say about what are the characteristics principles of bilingual method. What are the principles? What are the characteristic principles of this method, namely the bilingual method? The first one is permits the use of first language. So in this bilingual method, it permits the use of first language, that means the mother tongue. Number 2, teacher is not required to make situations. So, in this bilingual method, it does not require specially trained teachers. Need not want specially trained teachers. That is why teacher is not required to make situations. Did you understand? The first one is permits the use of first language, that is mother tongue. And number 2, teacher is not required to make situations. Then number 3, sentence is the unit of teaching. Here, the unit of teaching is a sentence. It is not a word, not a letter, but the unit of teaching is a sentence. The next point is intensive practice in sentence pattern. Giving more and more practice. For what? For the sentence patterns. Giving more and more practice for the sentence patterns. Intensive practice in sentence patterns. Then the next one is restricted use of mother tongue. That is the first language we all know. There is a restricted use of this mother tongue. The next point is emphasis on pronunciation. Giving more importance to pronunciation. How to pronounce the word. Understand? So giving more importance, that is emphasis on pronunciation. Then the last point is consideration for all skills. Giving more importance for all the skills, namely LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing. Understand? Consideration for all skills. These are some of the characteristics principles of this bilingual method. Did you understand all of you? Once again, I am saying to you, the first one is permits the use of first language, that is mother tongue. Teacher is not required because it does not require any specially trained teachers. The unit of teaching is a sentence. The next one is giving more and more practice in sentence patterns. Restricted use of mother tongue. So giving more importance to or emphasis on pronunciation and consideration for all skills. Did you understand, all of you? Now I like to say about the general phases of bilingual method. What are the general phases of bilingual method? Understand? The first one is basic sentences in the second language are spoken by the teacher and interpreted for imitation by the students. Basic sentences in the second language are spoken by the teacher. Understand, all of you? The basic sentence in the second language. Second language means the English language. The basic sentences in the second language are spoken by the teacher and interpreted for imitation by the students. Number two, the students repeat or imitate them. So what is the duty of the students? The students will repeat or imitate them. The first one is basic sentences in the second language, that means English language, are spoken by the teacher and interpreted for imitation by the students. Number two is the students repeat or imitate them. Understand? Number three is the students are encouraged to speak without a stimulus from the teacher. So, the students are encouraged, the students are motivated to speak without any force from the teacher, without any stimulus from the teacher. So, the students will speak. I think it will be easy for the students. So, the students will speak without any stimulus from the teacher because the students are encouraged to speak. The students are motivated to speak by the teacher. The next one is the student is not allowed to respond in his mother tongue. That is the first language. The student is not allowed to respond in his mother tongue. The next point is the stimulus and response both can be held in the second language. Understand? The above point is the student is not allowed to respond in his mother tongue. The next point you see the stimulus and response both can be held in which language? Only in the second language. The next point is a normal second language situation is created. So they are well thorough in the second language. A normal second language situation is created. Understand? The last point is in the last phase, the students should be given exercises exclusively in the use of facts and sentences which was already learned in the second language. So in the last phase, the students are given more and more exercises exclusively in the use of facts and sentences learned already in the second language. These are some of the general phases of this bilingual method. Did you understand? The first point is basic sentence in the second language are spoken by the teacher and it was imitated by the students. The students will repeat and repeat or imitated them. Understand? The next one is the students are encouraged or motivated by the teachers without any influence from the teacher. The students are encouraged to speak without any stimulus from the teacher. The student is not allowed to respond in his mother tongue. The stimulus and response both can be held in the second language. A normal second language situation is created. Understand? The normal second language, that means English language situation is created. In the last phase, the student should be given more and more exercises in the use of facts and sentences which was learned already in the second language. My dear students, as far as we completed the aspects of bilingual method, characteristic principles of bilingual method and general phases of bilingual method. Today I like to say you about the advantages of bilingual method. What are the advantages or what are the merits of this bilingual method? Understand? The first point is the teacher can save time as the mother tongue is used. So, this method saves time by the teacher instead of creating situations explains the meaning in the mother tongue to the students. So, the teacher will explain the meaning in mother tongue to the students. So, it will clear for the students. So, because of this, the teacher can save time as the mother tongue is used. Do you understand, all of you? Okay, come to the next point. An average teacher can use this method in class. So, an average teacher, as I told you earlier, need not want any specially trained teachers. This method does not require any specially trained teachers. Understand? So, an average teacher can use this method in the class. So, both in urban and rural schools, this method is applicable. Understand? Did you understand? The first point is the teacher can save time as the mother tongue is used. So the meaning, that means the meaning in the mother tongue to the student. The teacher will explain the meaning in mother tongue to the students. The next one is an average teacher can use this method in the class. Need not one highly talented or qualified teacher and special does not need any specially trained teachers. An average teacher is enough to teach this method in the class. The next point is this method is less costly as the use of teaching aid is minimum. So here need not want to be expensive, need not want to use expensive materials here. So this method is less costly as the using of teaching aids is minimum. Need not want to use many teaching aids. So we want to use some more teaching aids is enough. So this method is good. Understand? This method is less costly as the use of teaching aid is minimum. Then the last point is mother tongue acquisition rules are helpful in this method. Mother tongue acquisition rules are helpful in this method. So I think look here, the speech practice is also stressed in this method. So they are giving more importance for the speech. By giving importance for the speech practice, it will develop the pronunciation skill to the minds of the students. Understand? The speech practice is also stressed in the method so as to ensure fluency in speaking. So it will create the speaking skills to the student. Understand? So and also it makes use of linguistic habits formed during learning mother tongue. So it will make, that means make use of linguistic habits formed during learning mother tongue. Understand? So when you look here, the last point, mother tongue acquisition rules are helpful in this method. That means the meaning of English sentences and words are explained in mother tongue. Understand? The meaning of the English sentences and words are explained in mother tongue, so it will make clear to the students. Understand all of you? That is, the mother tongue acquisition rules are helpful in this method. Did you understand? So what are the advantages? The first advantages is the teacher can save time as the mother tongue is used. The second one is an average teacher can use this method in the class. You need not want trained teachers. This method is less costly and the use of teaching aids is minimum. And also mother tongue acquisition rules are helpful in this method. Understand? This method, it will make use of linguistic habits formed during learning mother tongue. So these are some of the advantages of this bilingual method or some of the merits of this bilingual method. Then what are the disadvantages of this bilingual method? That means the demerits of this bilingual method. The first point is it cannot be applied in multilinguistic group. It means it refers to the bilingual method. Cannot be applied in multilinguistic. Multi means many, linguistic means language. Understand? So it cannot be applied in multi-language group, which cannot be applied. This bilingual method cannot be applied in many language groups. Did you understand? The next point is it requires teachers well versed in both languages. It requires teachers well versed, the term well versed in both the languages. Both the languages means what are the language? The English language as well as the mother tongue. Understand? So it requires teachers well versed in both the languages. What is the first point? It cannot be applied in multi-language group. The bilingual method is not applicable for the multi-language group. Second point, it requires teachers well versed in both the languages. Number 3, frequent comparison and contrast with mother tongue may cause confusion. Frequent comparison and contrast with mother tongue may cause confusion. The contrast between the features of two languages, that is the mother tongue and the English language, will cause confuse the students. So it's likely to confuse the students. So, the frequent comparison and contrast with mother tongue may cause confusion to the students. So, what are the points? The first point is it cannot be applicable in multi-linguistic group. Number two, it requires well-versed teachers in both the languages, the mother tongue as well as the English language. Number three, frequent comparison and contrast. The contrast between the features of two languages, the English and mother tongue, is likely to confuse the students. And next point is it may degenerate into translation method. It means bilingual method may degenerate into grammar translation method. Translation method means grammar translation method. The bilingual method may degenerate into grammar translation method. Understand? So, this method is useful only for the stages of education at the lower level. Understand? So, this method, the bilingual method, is used only for the education, stages of education at the lower level, not in the higher stages of education. Not in the higher stages of education. The next point is this method diverges the attention of the students. So, the students' attention will be diverges in this method. Understand? This method, the bilingual method, diverges the attention of the students. Did you understand, all of you? Come to the next point. Spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. Spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. Because of the using of this mother tongue while teaching, English spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. Because of using this mother tongue, it will spoil the English language continuity and fluency. Spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. The next one is can lead to defective pronunciation. Can lead to defective pronunciation. So, pronunciation may be defective by the influence of what? The mother tongue. Understand? The pronunciation may be defective by the influence of the mother tongue. So, can you understand, all of you? Spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. The next one can lead to defective pronunciation. Pronunciation may be defective by the influence of this mother tongue. The next point is danger of the bad habit of learning everything by filtering through mother tongue. So, it is danger of the bad habit of learning everything by filtering through mother tongue. Understand? So, danger of the bad habit of learning. We are learning everything by filtering through mother tongue. In this method, it is danger of the bad habit of learning everything by filtering through mother tongue. What is the next point? It reduces students' exposure to the target language. What do you mean by target language? Target language is nothing but what? English language. So, it reduces students' exposure to the target language. So, it reduces students' exposure to the target language. Understand? What is the next point? It ignores the fundamental aims of English language teaching. So, it ignores. What ignores? The bilingual method. Ignores means neglects the fundamental aims of English language teaching. Understand? These are some of the advantages of this. Some of the disadvantages of this bilingual method. Can I say once again? It cannot be applied in multi-language group. It requires teachers well-versed in both the languages. Frequent comparison and contrast with mother tongue may cause confusion. It may degenerate into grammar translation method. This method diverges the attention of the students, spoils the continuity and fluency of the language. The use of mother tongue while teaching, it will spoil the continuity and fluency of the language. Pronunciation may be defective by the influence of this mother tongue. Can lead to defective pronunciation. Danger of the bad habits of learning everything by filtering through what? Filtering through mother tongue. Understand? It reduces students' exposure to the target language, that is English language. It ignores, it neglects the fundamental aims of English language teaching. This method, that is the bilingual method, is useful at lower stages of education and it is not useful at higher stages of education. Understand? These are about this disadvantages. That means the disadvantages of this bilingual method. So by conclusion, according to C.J. Dodson, the developer of this method aimed at fluency and accuracy in spoken words and written words as well. He believed that if the method was administered properly, if the bilingual method was administered properly in the class, the children will become true bilinguals. The children will become true bilinguals. The mother tongue is learned by the child in real situation and he connects the meaning of words with his own experiences and so he grasps the situation and forms a concept in mind. The child has in his way various concepts in his mind because the child has experienced various situations. The child has in his mind various concepts because the child has experienced various situations. Such situations might have been created while teaching mother tongue. So, such situations for the child might have been created while teaching the mother tongue. While teaching English, we have only to provide the child with mother tongue equivalent without duplicating the situation. So while teaching the English language, we have only to provide the child with mother tongue equivalent without duplicating the situation. Thank you.